Welcome to the King Tales. Thank you for the love and support. Let's dive in. The 7-year-old sat in a circle, deep in discussion. Our kidneys are probably tiny, Caleb muttered. A third finger, Timothy added absently. Olivia frowned. We only have 2 kidneys each, and you need at least one to live. Are you trying to kill one of us? I didn't really think it through, Caleb admitted sheepishly. Clearly, Timothy sighed. Silence settled again as they tossed out idea after idea, only to shoot each one down. What if we? No, that won't work. We could try. No. Mom would definitely find out. Maybe if we. No, that's illegal too. This went on for several minutes until Olivia suddenly froze, eyes widening like she'd just been struck by lightning. Wait, she blurted out, then quickly lowered her voice. Wait. I have an idea. A real, good idea. Both boys leaned in so close their heads nearly touched. Remember, Olivia whispered conspiratorially, how in the evenings at the junction where Mom sells fruits, all those fancy cars pass by. The ones that look like they cost more than our entire building. Yeah, Timothy said slowly. So, Olivia's grin turned mischievous. What if one of us pretended to get hit by one of those fancy cars? The boy stared at her blankly. Think about it, she went on, eyes shining. Rich people hate scandals. They'd want to settle quietly. If one of their cars hits us, she made air quotes, they'll probably pay money just to make the problem go away. Caleb's mouth fell open. Olivia, that's actually brilliant. I know, she beamed. And we don't even have to really get hit. One of us just runs out, the car stops, we fall down, cry a little, and ask for compensation for damages and emotional distress. Where did you even learn words like compensation and emotional distress? Timothy asked, half impressed. I pay attention during Mom's legal TV shows, Olivia said proudly. Now listen to the plan. For the next hour, the 3 plotted like professional con artists. They worked out every detail, who would play the victim, Timothy, the best actor, what injuries he'd fake, serious enough for sympathy but not enough for suspicion, and what to say to make their story believable. Remember, Olivia instructed, sounding every bit like a general briefing her troops, we are not trying to hurt anyone. We are just creatively solving a financial problem. Is this illegal? Timothy asked nervously. Only if we get caught, Caleb said. That's not reassuring, Timothy muttered. Do you want to help Mom or not? Olivia shot back. Do you want her to lose her business? To get evicted and live under a bridge? We're not going to live under a bridge, Caleb said. Mom would figure something out. But we can help her, Olivia insisted. We just have to be smart, and not get caught. When you say it like that, Timothy mused, it sounds less illegal and more like a clever business transaction. Exactly. Olivia grinned. It's not a scam. It's a creative fundraising strategy. Over the next few days, the triplets rehearsed every detail. During recess, at home when Mom was in the shower, even at the fruit stand when she was busy with customers, they refined their plan. Timothy practiced his fake tears and memorized his legal phrases to perfection. Finally, the big day arrived. Their plan was ready. But this isn't the end, far from it. The story's just getting started. Type episode 2 in the comments if you want to see what happens next. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and show this channel some love. Thank you, besties, for always sticking around. See you in the next one. The setup. The morning of the plan felt different. The air was thick with heat and tension as the triplets got ready for school. Olivia could barely eat her breakfast, her mind was racing with all the details she had memorized. Caleb kept pacing, going over the lines in his head, while Timothy practiced his limp one more time in front of the cracked mirror. "Remember," Olivia whispered as they left the house, "we meet at the junction after school. Mom will be busy selling fruits, so she won't notice a thing." The day dragged on endlessly. Math class, English, even lunch, all of it felt like background noise compared to what was coming. When the final bell rang, they didn't rush home like everyone else. Instead, they exchanged a single look and slipped away toward the junction. The streets were alive with the sounds of Lagos, buses honking, hawkers shouting, radios blasting from open shops. Their mom's fruit stand stood at the corner, her colorful umbrella fluttering in the wind. She smiled and waved, thinking her kids were just hanging around. They waved back innocently, hearts pounding. Olivia scanned the road. "Okay, Tim," she said quietly, "this is it. Caleb, you're on lookout. I'll signal when it's time. Timothy, remember, you're the victim." Timothy swallowed hard. "What if the driver doesn't stop?" "He will," Olivia said confidently. "No rich person wants trouble." They waited. Minutes passed. Then, a sleek black SUV approached, windows tinted, chrome gleaming in the sun. Olivia's eyes widened. "That's perfect," she whispered. "Get ready." Caleb nodded. "Go time." As the SUV neared, Olivia raised her hand. "Now," she hissed. Timothy darted forward, clutching his knee just as the SUV screeched to a stop. The driver's horrified shout echoed across the street. Timothy fell to the ground, letting out a dramatic wail that made two market women turn their heads. "Oh my God," the driver yelled, jumping out. "Are you okay?" Timothy sniffled, forcing tears to the corners of his eyes. "And my leg, it hurts," he whimpered. The driver, an older man in a crisp white shirt, looked panicked. "Please, don't cry. I didn't even touch you." Olivia rushed over, putting on her best, protective sister face. "Sir, my brother's in pain." "You almost killed him," she cried. "He could have died." "I swear, I didn't," the man began, but Olivia cut him off. "You think poor people like us can just walk away when rich people break the rules?" The driver froze, then sighed heavily. Fine. How much do you want?" Behind her, Caleb was biting his lip to keep from grinning. Olivia lowered her voice like she'd seen people do in her mom's legal dramas. "We're not after money," she said, shaking her head solemnly. "We just want fairness." But, she glanced down at Timothy, who was now clutching his knee convincingly. "A little help with hospital bills would be appreciated." The man sighed again, clearly wanting to avoid a scene. He pulled out his wallet and handed her a few crisp notes. "Here," he said quietly. "Please, just take him to the clinic." Olivia's heart raced. It worked. It actually worked. "Thank you, sir," she said sweetly, pocketing the cash. "We'll handle it from here." As the SUV drove away, the three of them stood frozen for a moment, hardly believing what had just happened. Then Caleb broke into a laugh, clapping Timothy on the back. "You were amazing, bro. Oscar-worthy." Timothy grinned sheepishly. "I can't believe it actually worked." Olivia held up the cash, eyes shining. "Believe it. This," she waved the money dramatically, "is the beginning of something big." Episode 3, Trouble in Paradise. The triplets could hardly contain their excitement as they hurried down the dusty road, the folded bill stuck safely inside Olivia's pocket. The sun was setting, painting the sky in streaks of orange and gold. It should have been a perfect ending to their daring scheme, except for one small problem. "How much did he give?" Caleb asked breathlessly as they turned the corner. Olivia opened her fist and slowly unfolded the notes. 10,000 naira. Timothy's jaw dropped. 10,000. That's more money than Mom makes in a whole week. Caleb whistled low. We are geniuses. Olivia's grin widened. No, we are strategists. They ducked into a small alley near their building and crouched beside an old water drum, counting the money again and again, the way people in movies always did when they just pulled off a heist. So, what now? Timothy asked, still glancing around nervously. Do we just give it to Mom? Olivia frowned. Not yet. If we give her this all at once, she'll start asking questions. We'll need a story, a believable one. Like what? Caleb asked. Like, Olivia tapped her chin, thinking hard. We could say we found it near the fruit stand. Or that someone dropped it and didn't come back for it. Timothy groaned. You're really getting too good at this, Liv. She smirked. That's called talent. But just as they were about to head home, a voice called out from behind them. What's that you three are hiding? They froze. Slowly, they turned around to see Auntie Risi, their mother's friend and the self-proclaimed eyes of the neighborhood. She was standing at the mouth of the alley, hands on her hips, her bright wrapper flapping in the evening breeze. Nothing, Auntie, Olivia stammered, hiding the money behind her back. Nothing, eh? Auntie Risi stepped closer. You think I didn't see you with that man and his fine car at the junction? Children of nowadays. What are you plotting? Caleb's heart sank. We were just, helping. Helping how? By lying on the road like a goat. Risi barked, her sharp eyes narrowing. Do you want to bring shame to your mother? The triplets exchanged panicked looks. Olivia tried to smile. Auntie, please, don't tell her. We were just trying to help. Honest. Help. Risi repeated, her voice rising. By pretending to die. You want to help your mother by landing her in police waller. Timothy's eyes filled with tears. Please, Auntie, don't tell. Risi folded her arms, clearly enjoying the power she suddenly held. I should tell her, but maybe I won't if you tell me the truth. So, ultimately, Olivia explained everything, their plan, the money, even how Timothy had practiced fake crying. By the time she finished, Auntie Risi was shaking her head in disbelief. Oh. Small children, big brains, she muttered. But big trouble too. Please, Olivia begged again. Don't tell Mom. We promise we won't do it again. Risi sighed heavily, then looked down at the three faces staring up at her, trembling with guilt and fear. I won't tell her, she said finally, but only if you swear you'll give me that money. I'll keep it safe for your mother. Olivia hesitated. But. No, but. Give it here before someone else sees you. Reluctantly, Olivia handed over the bills. Risi tucked them into her blouse and walked away with a satisfied smirk. You're lucky it's me that caught you, she called over her shoulder. Next time, you might not be. When she was gone, Caleb scowled. She's definitely not giving that money to Mom. I know, Olivia said through clenched teeth. But what can we do? We can't tell Mom either. She'll kill us. Timothy groaned. So basically, we risk everything for nothing. Olivia looked down the street where Risi had disappeared. Her mind was already spinning again. No, she said slowly. We are not done yet. If Auntie Risi wants to play smart, then we'll just have to be smarter. Caleb blinked. Olivia, what are you planning now? She smiled, a small, dangerous smile. Let's just say. Episode 4 is going to be called The Payback. The Payback. The night after Auntie Risi took their money, none of the triplets could sleep. Olivia lay awake on the thin mattress, staring at the cracked ceiling, replaying everything in her head, the plan, the SUV, the cash, and that smug look on Risi's face as she walked away with their money. By morning, she'd made up her mind. "We're getting it back," Olivia declared as soon as Caleb and Timothy woke up. Caleb blinked sleepily. "What? How?" "She's an adult, Liv." "So? Adults can be fooled too," Olivia said, brushing off his doubt. "We just have to outsmart her." Timothy sat up, rubbing his eyes. "Please don't say this involves faking another accident." Olivia smirked. "No, not this time. This time, we're going to make her come to us." That afternoon, while their mom was busy at the fruit stand, the three huddled in the corner behind a pile of orange crates. Olivia explained her plan in whispers, her voice low and steady, like a seasoned criminal mastermind. "Reese loves gossip," she began. "She can't resist sticking her nose where it doesn't belong. So we'll use that." Caleb frowned. "You want to gossip our way into getting money back?" "Not gossip," Olivia corrected. "A rumor. We'll make her believe there's something valuable hidden somewhere, and she'll expose herself trying to find it." Timothy looked skeptical. "You're saying we bait her?" "Exactly." Olivia's grin was back. "And when she takes the bait, we get our money back." Later that day, as Auntie Reese passed the fruit stand, she overheard exactly what Olivia wanted her to. The children were standing close together, talking just loud enough for her to hear. "And Mom said if anyone finds the missing envelope, she'll give them a big reward," Olivia said dramatically. Caleb nodded eagerly. "Yeah, the one with all the important money from the church women's group. She said it's somewhere near our compound." Timothy added in a hushed voice, "I even heard her say the police might come if it's not found soon." Reese's ears perked up immediately. She slowed her pace, pretending to buy plantains from the next stall while straining to hear every word. "An envelope full of money, she murmured under her breath. "So that's why she was acting strange yesterday." That night, under the cover of darkness, Reese crept toward the Triplets compound with a small flashlight. She searched behind the water drum, under the stairs, around the mango tree, everywhere. And that's exactly what Olivia had planned. Because hidden inside an old plastic container near the drum was a folded piece of paper on which Olivia had written, in big bold letters, "Looking for stolen money, Auntie Reese. Check your blouse pocket." Reese froze, shining her flashlight on the message. Her face drained of color. "Oh. These children," she hissed. "They're trying to finish me." But before she could sneak away, a voice called from the balcony. "Auntie Reese. What are you doing there?" It was their mother. Reese stammered, dropping the flashlight. I was just, checking if rats were here." "Rats at midnight?" Mom said suspiciously, coming down the stairs. "You look like you're searching for something." Reese's lips twitched, but she couldn't come up with a lie fast enough. The triplets, hiding behind the window curtain, watched with barely contained excitement. "Let me help you," Mom said, picking up the flashlight and shining it directly at her. "Is that my money in your blouse pocket?" Reese froze. The bills, their bills, peaked slightly from where she'd tucked them days ago. "Oh. No. This is not, it's..." But it was too late. Their mother's face hardened. "Reese, I trusted you," she said quietly. "And this is what you do?" "I can explain." Reese pleaded. "You don't need to," Mom said, her voice calm but cold. "Just go." Reese's eyes darted toward the triplets' window, she could almost feel their eyes watching her. Then she turned and hurried away, muttering curses under her breath. When Mom came back upstairs, she placed the money on the table and stared at it for a long time. "Do any of you," she said slowly, "want to tell me how this money ended up with Reese?" The triplets exchanged terrified glances. Olivia opened her mouth, searching for a believable story, but before she could speak, Mom sighed and shook her head. "Don't bother," she said. I already know. Their hearts stopped. You think I didn't notice you three plotting at the stand? Or that Timothy's accident was fake? Her tone softened. I wasn't angry. I was just disappointed. Olivia's throat tightened. We were just trying to help, Mom. I know, she said quietly. But doing the wrong thing for the right reason is still wrong. You're smart kids. Use that brain for something good. Tears filled Olivia's eyes. We are sorry. I know you are, Mom said, pulling them into a hug. And next time you want to help me, she smiled faintly. Just ask. As she walked away, Caleb looked at Olivia. Guess that's it. Game over. But Olivia wiped her tears and smirked. Game paused, she said. For now. Timothy groaned. Please don't tell me you're already thinking about episode 5. Oh, I'm definitely thinking about it, Olivia replied, her grin returning. Because next time, we're doing it the right way. To be continued. If you want to see what Olivia plans next, and how the triplets turn their mischief into something truly clever, type episode 5 in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story with your besties. See you in the next one. The hustle begins. After their moms lectured at night, the triplets promised themselves they'd never lie again. At least, not exactly lie. We'll help her, Olivia said, her voice firm the next morning as they sat around the small kitchen table. But this time, we'll do it legally. Caleb looked doubtful. Legally doesn't sound as fun. Timothy groaned. And it usually doesn't pay as much. Olivia rolled her eyes. You two have no imagination. We don't need scams, we need a business. Something small, smart, and fast. A business. Caleb repeated. Like, selling stuff. Yes. Olivia said, snapping her fingers. But not just stuff. We'll find what people need and give it to them. Timothy scratched his head. People already buy fruits from Mom. What else could they need? Olivia looked toward the window, where the afternoon sun beat down mercilessly on the busy street. Sweat glistened on the faces of market women, Okada riders, and schoolchildren walking home. Then, it hit her. Water, she shouted. They need cold water. The boys blinked. Olivia jumped to her feet. Think about it. It's hot all day. People get thirsty. We can buy sachets of pure water, keep them cold, and sell them right here by the stand. Mom won't even have to lift a finger. Caleb's eyes lit up. That could actually work. Timothy grinned. And no fake accidents this time. That afternoon, they pulled their small savings, coins they'd been hiding in an old tin can under the bed. Olivia took charge of the calculations, muttering numbers under her breath like a mini accountant. Okay, we can buy one full bag of pure water for 200 Nigerian nairas, she said. If we sell each sachet for 30 Nigerian nairas, that's... Caleb cut in, wait, 30. No one's paying 30 for water. Fine, 25, she corrected. That's still 500 Nigerian nairas profit if we sell them all. Timothy's jaw dropped. We are going to be rich. Olivia smiled knowingly. Not rich, resourceful. By the next morning, Triplet Refreshments was open for business. They set up a small plastic cooler beside their mother's fruit stand, filled with ice and water sachets. Olivia handled the customers, Caleb managed the change, and Timothy shouted slogans like a seasoned marketer. Cold water. Ice cold water. Beat the Lego sun before it beats you. At first, people laughed. But soon, they started buying. Within 2 hours, the cooler was empty. Sold out. Caleb gasped. Completely. Olivia said proudly, counting their earnings. Nigerian naira 1, 200. Even their mother, who had been pretending not to notice, couldn't hide her smile. "So that's what you've been plotting," she said with a laugh. "At least this time, no one ended up on the road." Timothy grinned. "We told you, Mom. We're entrepreneurs now." But just as things were looking perfect, a tall man in a faded security uniform approached their table. "Who owns this cooler?" he barked. The triplets froze. I guess we do," Olivia said carefully. "This area requires a trading permit," the man said, adjusting his cap. "No permit, no selling." Caleb's face went pale. "A permit? How much is that?" "Nigerian Naira 2,000, the man said flatly. "Pay now or I seize your cooler." Timothy gasped. "But that's all our profit." The man shrugged. "Then maybe you shouldn't be running a business like big people." As he reached for the cooler, their mother stepped forward. "Leave that cooler, Boba turned," she said sharply. "These are children, not traders. If you're looking for trouble, come and face me." The man hesitated, grumbled something under his breath, and walked off. The triplets exhaled in relief. "Thanks, Mom," Olivia said quietly. She smiled and wiped her hands on her wrapper. "You see, that's how real business works. You plan, you risk, and sometimes, you lose. But you keep trying." Caleb grinned. "So, we can keep selling?" Mom chuckled. "Yes, but from tomorrow, we do it together. Family business." That evening, as the triplets counted their money again, Timothy looked up with a mischievous grin. "Olivia," he said, "you realize we've basically gone from con artists to business people in 1 week." Olivia smirked. "Exactly. It's called character development." Caleb laughed. "So what's next?" "Ice cream. Juice." Olivia's eyes sparkled. "Bigger plans. Much bigger." Episode 6, The Expansion. The boys groaned in unison. "Oh no," Timothy muttered. "Here we go again."